to Just Crafting Around. Hi, I'm Lisa Oxner and I will be your hostess for today's show. Today we are going to be doing a different array of Christmas ornaments. So we're going to get started with this little snowman hat. This is made out of a Keurig K-cup. This one's a hot chocolate, the other one was a coffee. You just take it out, you peel this top part off, make sure you wash it out good. Try and get as much of that foil off as you can. And then all I did was take some black, oh, I still got a little water dripping out of there. I took some black acrylic paint, painted it black. So I ended up with the top of the hat. The instructions show you can use a can lid and paint it black. I just found some cardboard and painted that black both sides, and then after I cut it out, made sure that the edges were painted black as well. Bee was so kind in the office here to let me use some of her scraps of Christmas fabric that we're going to use for the band. And then we just found these little things at Walmart that I just cut a little piece off, and we'll glue that on there at the end. Alright, so after we have the K-cup painted black and the piece of cardboard or can lid, whatever you choose to use, I'm just taking some twine, tape the ends together, and of course the K-cups actually have the hole in the top that it punctures, or I guess I should say the bottom. So we're just going to attempt to string this through here so that we can hang it on our tree. Might have to use a paper clip. Okay. Paper clip definitely helps. So we're just going to pull that through, tie the ends off. Okay. Tug that up there. Okay, and then you're going to take your hot glue and just put some glue along the edge. I hate when you have to start a new stick, it doesn't want to cooperate with me. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Okay. So if you just get some glue along the edge there, center it on the bottom piece for the brim. So you got that part that's starting to look like a hat. And then we just take our little scrap of fabric, and we're going to start in the back here by where the hanger is. Put a little dab. Oops, attempt to not completely burn myself. Stick it on there. Let that dry for a little bit, and then you're just going to keep going around, gluing this on. All right, got my scissors here. So we're just gonna cut off the extra fabric in the back, put a little extra hot glue and make sure that that end is secured. Okay, I just cut a little piece off of our Christmas decoration. We're just gonna glue that on the side here. Put a big old blob of hot glue. Add that on the side. Hold that till the glue dries. Then we'll put another blob, and we'll add our little berries. I'm not patient enough to wait the whole time for the hot glue to dry. Sometimes I let go a little too soon. And then this top, we could touch it up with some black paint. I'll do that later, but we've got our little Santa hats, or not Santa hats, snowman hats, the top hat. And those are just made out of Keurig K-cups and a little cardboard. All right.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg, 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
Our next one is another kind of recycled item. We have a reindeer made out of shotgun shells. So you need 5 shotgun shells. You could use whatever color. I have red, blue, yellow, depends on which gauge you have of which color it's gonna be, but okay, so I've got the 5 shotgun shells here. We're just gonna use some twine to hang it on the tree. You need a brown pipe cleaner. And then the instructions showed a jingle bell for the nose. I found this in our stash of craft stuff here. I'm going to use a little Christmas bulb and a couple googly eyes and just something else I found in our Christmas stash here to just wrap around his neck and make it a little more festive. Okay, so we take 2 of them for the legs, 1 of them for the body. This uses a lot of hot glue and a little patience because you got to let it dry. So we just put some hot glue right around the edge here. And then set it on. You're going to have to, like I said, be patient, let it dry, add some more hot glue. I'm not so sure you can ever have too much hot glue in a craft project, unfortunately. All the way around so that it's touching both shells so that it holds. That just a little bit to set. I guess this is kind of just proving that you don't have to spend a lot of money and you can make some pretty cute decorations for your tree. If you had a hunting themed tree, if you've ever been to our office, we do kind of a tour of trees throughout the office, and one of our trees here does have shotgun shell lights. I've done that before where I've drilled the top part out and actually stuck Christmas lights in every single one. So this would be kind of cute. Maybe we can hang these on our hunting themed tree. Add some more to the second leg. And that one you're going to butt right up to the metal piece. And you're going to kind of want to set it down on your table and make sure that it stands. Add some more hot glue. Kelly and I should have been keeping track of how many sticks of hot glue we've possibly gone through in the craft shows, because I think it would be kind of an embarrassing number. but you go with what works. Okay, so we're just gonna give that a minute. Set that to the side and let that dry. The neck and the face, it shows you should kind of squish the opening together. So if you just kind of squish it together, bend it, you got to work with it a little bit, but for the neck, we're going to squirt a little hot glue in there so that it seals and stays. Be very, very careful with this part because it's just plastic, so that hot glue is still really, really hot through there, and it will ooze out the top. Okay, so we'll set that and let that dry a little bit. And then the one for our face, we got a couple of googly eyes and then this little light. I'm going to clip the string and the little plastic end part off of this so that I try to get it as flush as possible to stick. Okay. This is where I had to do the most finagling. It seemed like the hot glue would stick, but if you bumped it, it wanted to peel off again. So this part does take a little bit of patience, probably. So we just go in the middle at the bottom and glue our light on for the nose. If you go out to Pinterest, of course, Pinterest is where I found all these ideas, of course. There is actually a lot of ideas for shotgun shells out there, not just for Christmas. There's crosses made out of shells. There's a red, white, and blue flag made out of them, which is really neat. There's other ornaments that people have made out of their shotgun shells. Okay, so we have his face. And then we're going to glue the neck onto the body. Oops. And as always, be careful because this stuff oozes everywhere and it hurts so bad. Okay, so we'll just set that right along the edge. We'll butt it up right to the metal. Give that a second to dry on there. I'm kind of boring with my Christmas tree. I decorate it the same way every year. Some people have a different theme every year. I don't have enough space to store that much Christmas stuff, but it is fun to look at all the different ornaments. Okay, so then we're going to take his little head. We're going to take this pipe cleaner, fold it in half, and we're just going to kind of bend it wherever to make his antlers. Okay, so we're just made that kind of, however, I'm going to squirt some more hot glue on the top here of his head. And then we're going to stick the end of the pipe cleaner down in here. And again, you're going to want to pinch it together. It is super hot. That plastic just soaks that heat from the hot glue right in, so be very careful. Honestly, a pliers probably would have been a smart idea, but who thinks that far ahead? Okay, so. And this would probably be a good one to have kind of an assembly line. You know, you could make a bunch of the bodies, you know, work on each part as you go. because it does take quite a bit of drying time to make sure that the hot glue does actually hold for you. Okay, so we're going to take his head and glue it right on this top part of the neck. I need some more hot glue. And if it doesn't stick right away, that's the nice part, is you can always peel it right back off and start over again. So you just place it on there, adjust it how you want it, and just hold it for a couple seconds and let it dry. This, I'm not even going to glue on there. It's got some bendy wire in it, so I just am going to wrap it around his little neck a few times. You could hot glue it if you wanted to. The instructions actually show like a button that they put. However you want to decorate it, it's completely up to you. I just went with what we had here in the office. You could use some of the holly and berries from your hats. I'm just going to kind of tuck that in there so that it holds. Give him a little collar. And then I'm going to tie a loop in our twine. Cut the excess off. And I'm just going to put a blob of hot glue back there. We'll stick the twine on so we can hang it on our tree. And there you have your second ornament. We got Rudolph and his friend. Like I said, there's a ton of different colors of shotgun shells. There's the smaller gauge or bigger gauge that you can make smaller reindeer. You can kind of just play with it and do whatever. You could make a family with a little reindeer. Check it out, it's kind of fun.
Get 3 months free access on all lines plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
Our third one are these little tea lights. They're battery operated tea lights that you can get online, dollar store, Walmart. This one I accidentally pushed the back out to turn it off and on, so his nose isn't going to light up, unfortunately. But I'll show you quick how I made those. This is one that your kids could definitely help you with. They can draw the little faces on. You just take a Sharpie and you kind of gauge where you want to draw the eyes. I try to keep them close together and close to the flame for his nose. So you just kind of keep drawing, filling it in, making it black. You could use paint. I'm just going with a Sharpie because it's easier. It's going to dry pretty much immediately. So we got one face done. Okay, so we got their faces done. Again, it's just a Sharpie. Got the faces. For our gentleman snowman, I just cut cardboard. I took a Sharpie, colored a piece of cardboard front and back, cut out just a random shape of a hat, just was winging it with that. And then I found some scrapbooking paper that we had here that's glittery for a little extra. So we're just gonna put a little tiny bit. You don't have to use hot glue for this, but because that's what I have here, that's what I'm going to use. So just put a little stripe of glue on there. Put the scrapbooking paper on there to decorate his hat. You can wrap it around the back, and we'll just put a little dab of glue in both those spots to hold it on. Again, if your kids were helping you, you'd probably want to just stick to tacky glue or Elmer's glue. Okay, so we have his hat. And then I found some ribbon we had here in the back. This part is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing. So you just find the center on the back down by his mouth, and we're going to put a little dab of glue, and we're going to place the ribbon back there. Be careful, don't want to burn your fingers. Okay, so we got the ribbon glued back there. We're going to wrap it around the front and glue it underneath, and that's going to be his scarf. Again, it might take a little patience to just sit here and let it dry. And these are kind of a fun thing. You can put them on your tree, or you can take them off your tree and hang them up wherever for January, or have a small tree that you leave up for January with just the snowmen on it. These would make kind of a cute gift for your kids to make for their teachers or Sunday school teachers, co-workers. Of course, you can completely customize these however you want with whatever ribbon colors. Okay, so we have his scarf on there, and then the final thing we need for him is to just glue his top hat on. So we're just going to put a tiny bit of glue right on the edge on the top. Set his hat on there. We've got Gentleman Snowman done. And then for our little lady snowman, we've got some of these super fuzzy pipe cleaners. And what I did is I just clipped off one fuzzy end, all you need for that. And then I got some of the sparkly pom-poms. So you could do regular ones, there's neon ones, there's these ones with sparkles. You can kind of get lost just looking at all the different options that there truly is out there. Okay, so for the lady, we're just going to kind of try and make these even. We're going to snip some of the ends off here. We don't need quite as much of the not bushy part. So just snip that off. Take her, we're going to wrap it right around the top for her earmuffs. I'm going to put a little bit of glue. This was always one of my favorite parts of growing up, was around Christmas. Between Sunday school and school, we were always making some kind of new ornament, it seemed. And now that I'm grown up, it's kind of fun to look back at it and look at how horrible it really truly was. But as a mom, you appreciate anything that your kids bring home for you. So we have the band of the headband on there, and then we're just going to glue a pom-pom on each side of the end here to cover that up. Hold that on there, let it dry. Again, you wouldn't have to use hot glue, but it's going to take that much longer to hold and dry. Okay, so we got the earmuffs, and now we're going to add the scarf onto her. This ribbon's a little bit harder to work with, but I made it work for the other ones, so you just have to work with it a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to glue some on the back here. Use my marker so I don't glue my finger to it. Okay, and then we're just going to wrap it around the front again. Sometimes, unfortunately, craft projects are a little bit more of trial and error than you'd like them to be, but that's okay too. And with this, I'm actually going to put a little extra glue in the middle to try and hold it together. With these, you're probably better off using a thinner ribbon. It seems to just work a little bit better with the tiny space you have. Okay. And you could use scraps of fabric, I mean, whatever. It doesn't have to be ribbon. Get these lovely hot glue spider webs out of here. Okay. Okay, so we have got a set of red men snowman and lady and the blue. Like I said, you can do whatever colors you want. You can leave the lights on to make their noses light up. You could paint the noses orange and not have them light up if you really wanted to do that. So there we have our other one. And then you could also add a string to the back, of course, to hang it.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. High definition and caller ID is now free with all TV packages. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to find out more.
And for our final project today, this one, if you're brave, you can have your kids help you. I'm not sure that I am brave enough to let my little guy help me with this because it involves glitter. So this last one, you can go to, I got these Walmart.com, Amazon.com. I think I got the other one. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. They're just clear ornaments. These are plastic, these are glass. You can get them in different shapes. I actually found some square ones while I was looking. We've got the thin circles and then of course the normal round ball ornaments. So what you do is you just pop the top right off of here. Just pull it off. And you get some Mop and Glow. And we're just gonna take the ornament, we're gonna turn it over, squirt some in there, and cover it with your thumb. Shake it up, make sure that it's all over the place. And of course, make sure you have your color of glitter picked out. I'm going to do this one in a turquoise, I think. And I'll do the other one. Oh, what should I do the other one? We'll do this green. And it doesn't take very much glitter either, so this is kind of a fun one you can customize to your tree colors. So just swish it around, make sure that it's all over in there. Gonna take the lid off, pour the excess back in there. Okay, and then we're gonna try and hurry. Got the paper part of the glitter in there yet. So swish this around, make sure it's wet all over in there. We're gonna pop the top off the glitter, pour some glitter in there, and put your finger back over it and shake. Shake it all over the place in there. Make sure you keep your finger over the hole or you are going to have a mess. Glitter is messy the way it is, whether you intend for it to be or not. Okay, and then you can just dump the extra, if you have any, which it doesn't look like I do have a whole lot, other just on my finger. Put that back in there. We'll set that to the side and let that dry a little bit. Put the lid back on here. We're gonna squirt some in our other one. Actually, I'm gonna be ahead of the game. I'm gonna make sure that I have the, ooh, yuck, that was a lot of glitter. I love glitter, but it's a love-hate thing. I'm gonna find glitter in all kinds of places I shouldn't find glitter for the next month. But that's kind of the nice part about these ornaments is my little guy is curious. So of course he wants to touch the ornaments on the tree. As long as you get these made, they can touch them all they want because the glitter's on the inside. So we just squirt some of that Mop and Glow in there. Shake it around, make sure that it's covering everything. Pour any of the extra back in. And you can make a lot of ornaments out of this thing of Mop and Glow. Dump our glitter in. Put our finger over and shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Pop the top back off of the glitter. Dump any extra back in there. And we'll try and put the tops back on. And there we go. We have got glitter on the inside ornaments. Well, and a lot of glitter on the table too, but like I said, that way when they're curious and they want to touch them, it's hidden on the inside. So we've got the ornaments made with Mop and Glow and glitter. We've got our snowman out of tea lights, our reindeer with shotgun shells, and our snowman hats out of Keurig K-Cups. Okay. If you're interested in being on the show, please give our office a call and either ask for Kelly or myself at 437-2615. If you have any ideas and you don't want to be on the show, let us know that too. We can maybe see if we can pull them off. So thanks for joining us for this edition of Just Crafting Around, and we hope you'll tune in next time.